Once during his summer holidays, a little boy came to visit his grandfather. He adored spending time with him, playing, laughing, and listening to his stories. One day, the boy looked up at his grandfather with curious eyes and asked, "Grandpa, when I grow up, I want to be a successful man. Can you tell me how to become successful?" The grandfather smiled warmly, his eyes filled with wisdom. He gently nodded and said, "Of course, my dear, but instead of telling you, let me show you something." The grandfather took the boy to a nearby nursery. Together, they selected 2 small plants and brought them home. At home, the grandfather carefully planted one plant in a pot and placed it inside the house. The other he planted outside in the open yard under the vast sky. Turning to the boy, he asked, "What do you think, my child? Which of these 2 plants will grow better in the future?" The boy thought deeply. His little brows furrowed, and then he said, "The plant inside the house will grow better, Grandpa. It's safe from strong sunlight, storms, animals, and other dangers. The one outside might not survive." Hearing this, the grandfather smiled knowingly and replied, "Let's wait and see what happens in the future." After that summer, the boy left with his parents. 4 years passed. Life moved on, but the boy often thought about his grandfather and the 2 plants. Finally, during another summer holiday, he returned to visit his grandfather. Excited to see him, he ran into his arms and said, "Grandpa, last time I asked you how to become successful, but you didn't give me a clear answer. This time you have to tell me." The grandfather chuckled and said, "Patience, my child. Before I answer, let's revisit the plants we planted together." The grandfather took the boy to the corner of the house where the first plant had been kept. There it was, a small, fragile tree, its growth limited by the pot that confined its roots. The boy looked at it and nodded. "It's grown, but not as much as I expected." Next, the grandfather led him outside to the yard. The boy's eyes widened in awe. Standing tall and majestic was the plant they had planted outside. It had grown into a massive tree, its branches spreading far and wide, providing shade to anyone who passed by. "Wow, Grandpa!" the boy exclaimed. "This tree is huge. It's so strong and beautiful." The grandfather smiled and asked, "Now, my boy, tell me, which plant grew more? Which one is more successful?" The boy thought for a moment and replied, "The one outside grew more. But, Grandpa, how is this possible? It faced so many dangers, storms, sunlight, animals. How did it grow so big?" The grandfather placed a hand on the boy's shoulder and said, "Yes, my child, the plant outside faced many challenges, but each challenge made it stronger. The storms forced its roots to dig deeper. The sunlight made it stretch higher. Today it is so strong that no storm can uproot it." He paused, then continued, his voice filled with emotion. "Always remember, my boy, if you only choose comfort in life, you will never grow to your fullest potential. But if you face the challenges of this world with courage, no goal will be out of your reach. Problems aren't obstacles, they are opportunities to grow stronger." The boy gazed at the mighty tree, his heart filled with understanding. "So, Grandpa, the obstacles we fear are actually what make us stronger?" he asked softly. The grandfather nodded, his eyes twinkling with pride. "Exactly, my boy. Life is an adventure. Every twist and turn is like a puzzle waiting to be solved. Just like in a game, the fun lies in overcoming challenges. Each hurdle is a chance to learn, grow, and become better. Never let roadblocks discourage you. Embrace them, and you'll rise higher than ever before." The boy smiled, a newfound determination lighting up his face. He had learned a lesson he would carry for the rest of his life. "Thank you, Grandpa. I'll never forget this," he said earnestly. "We hope you gained some value from this story and that it inspires you to embrace your life's challenges. If you like this story, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more motivational stories. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.